Good morning, welcome to our coffee community. Thank you all for joining us. Continue to enjoy your breakfast. We still have some parents signing in. We will start in just a few minutes. Thank you, and we will be done by 9:15 also. Padres, gracias por estar aquí en esta reunión esta mañana. Apuntando y agarrando de comida, ahorita vamos a empezar en unos 2 o 3 minutos. Esta cosa se terminará a las 9:15. Y también, padres, si necesitan traducción en español, porque la presentación va a ser en inglés, tenemos unos iPads aquí que pueden ustedes aquí acudir y agarrar con audífonos, y en la presentación ahí va a ser en español, y el señor Samaniego va a estar traduciendo todo en español también, actualmente, así, ¿ok? Para que es más eficiente para que termine con la con el informe. Good morning again, parents. Welcome to Coffee and Community. We're going to be starting. My name is Rosario Villareal. I am the executive director. We're going to be starting, Mr. Samaniego, if we can. Vamos a empezar la junta y vamos a empezar la traducción también ahorita. Gracias, Mr. Samaniego. Thank you again, everyone, for joining us for Coffee and Community. I just want to share a couple of brief comments about myself. Again, my name is Rosario Villareal. I am the executive director here at Easter Charter School. We do have a leadership. Before that, I want to share something with you. Coffee and Community. We are going to have this meeting once a month. On Wednesdays. Okay, so once a month on Wednesdays, and as you can see up here, we welcome Easter families to join us again for Coffee and Community to learn about the incredible opportunities your children get to experience here at Easter Charter School. There is a lot that happens at Easter Charter School. We're not going to be able to share everything today, so if you come, to these monthly meetings, you'll get a snippet of what we do every meeting. Okay, so today, to start, I want to first start by our agenda for today. We're going to start by introductions with our administration. If I can get our 3 administrators up here. Dr. Slayman, Ms. Sheppy, and Ms. Ramirez come up here, and we're also gonna go, today we're gonna talk about the work that we did over the summer to prepare our summer programs. We're gonna talk to you about something very different, this year, that our teachers are gonna be doing with the support of our community school programs, which is our, and we're gonna talk about our Teacher Summer Learning Institute and how that's gonna impact you as parents. Okay, but before we start, again, my name is Rosario Villareal. I'm the executive director here at Eastern Charter School. We have an administrative team of 4. Okay, there are 4 administrators. Okay, so I'm gonna start over here with Dr. Slayman. Dr. Slayman is our director of curriculum and instruction, in programs. So she manages a lot of our programs, okay? And we have our 2 principals. We have our principal, Ms. Sheppy, Mrs. Sheppy, who's our principal from TK through 4th grade. We have a lot of students, this is why we have 2 principals, okay? It's challenging for just 1 principal alone here. And then we have Mrs. Ramirez. Mrs. Ramirez is principal for 5th grade through 8th grade. Any concerns, any information needed, any support needed, these are your to-go individuals, okay? Mrs. Sheppy and Mrs. Ramirez. They are amazing. I mean, I'm not saying that just because they worked under me. They're amazing because they're amazing people. They're amazing individuals, and this is why they've been hired to work with us here. Mrs. Sheppy is starting her first year here with us this year at Eastern Charter School. For you parents that are new to us, she's also new to us this year. Mrs. Ramirez has been here now for 4 years and very familiar with programs. I'm starting my 5th year also, so that you all know here. Dr. Slayman, she is our veteran, staff member here. She's been a teacher here as a vice principal, and now a director here with us. So this is our administrative team. I just wanted to introduce them to you so that you all have a face to the name. Okay, so thank you. And they are busy. And they may be available later on in the meeting for questions. So thank you, Billy. Thank you. Appreciate you all. Copkin community. There's a purpose to this also. It's not just for information from us to you. We just don't want to talk to you. We also want to build networks amongst you all. We want you to get to know each other. We want you to, be a support system for each of you. And every time that we meet, we do what's called a conocimiento. Okay, conocimiento is just, another word in Spanish for get to know each other. This is a community. You are all a community, and I'll share something here. We are here in service of you, the community, not the other way around. Okay, you are not here in service of us. We are here in service of you as a school. Okay, so in order for us to service you and to provide, the opportunities to your children and to you as parents, we need to know about you also, but you also need to know about each other. So we're gonna do this conocimiento. I'm gonna introduce here also Mrs. Haro, Ms. Karena Haro, is she here right now? Ms. Karena Haro is our community schools coordinator. You get to know a lot of people here. She's gonna come up and she's gonna lead us in this activity of conocimiento. And it's important that I get to know people as community school coordinator. You're gonna see that she is gonna be also available for any services and supports that you need outside of the classroom, as well inside the classroom.
Awesome. Buenos días a todos. Thank you for being here. We'll do our conocimiento today. So if everyone could just grab one Skittle, I mean, multiple Skittles if you want. But a Skittle from the table. It doesn't matter which color. Go ahead and grab one Skittle from the table. Okay. And once you have one Skittle, this is the activity. Depending on the color that you grabbed, these are the questions that you will be answering to your table group so that you can also get to know each other, not just us. So if you grab red, you're going to tell us one of your favorite things you did over the summer. If you grab blue, if you could have a superpower, what would it be? Orange, tell us something special about your family or about a special time you had with your family. Green, if you could be any animal, what would you be in life? Purple, tell us one quality that makes you a great friend. And if you could go on vacation for yellow, anywhere in the world, where would you go and what would you do? How much time do we have for this? We have about 6 to 7 minutes. So we want you to talk with each other and, talk about yourself and talk about your hobbies. Is that you? Where would you go on vacation? We're going to wrap up that conversation. I heard such an amazing thing. And I hope that we can see that it doesn't really take a long time to connect to others. We're going to wrap up the conversation. I hope that you can all see that it does not take a long time to connect with others. It's as simple as like, what animal would you be? Where would you go? I heard Paris a couple times, I heard spades, you go around with a bull. I heard that there'd be a lion because they protect their kids fiercely. I heard a dog because they are loyal and protectors. It's good to dream, it's good to talk, and it's good to connect. So thank you, everybody. You want to check? Oh, they have everybody has a headphone, so they need translation. Yes.
Mr. Somebody.
If you need, si necesitan traducción, ahí están con los audífonos para que todos estén traduciendo en sus oídos. Gracias. Thank you, everybody.
Next, we're gonna, before I go into this next topic, I have a couple of other individuals that I want to introduce also to you all. Very important. I want to remind us all here. District Charter School is a charter school, okay? And there's a lot of, let's say, information on what a charter school is, but basically I'm gonna tell you that we are an independent school. We work with Chula Vista Elementary School District. This is property of Chula Vista Elementary School District, but we run the school. We have our own board of directors here at this charter school, or our own board members, and I want to introduce you 3 board members and 1 former board member also that are present here today. Starting with Ms. Jeannie Ruiz, who's in the back. She is our classified representative on the Houston Charter School Board. So you know her. We have 2 parents that are also here that are currently on the school board. We have Ms. Neida Hakim. Ms. Neida Hakim, if you can stand up, please. Ms. Neida Hakim is one of our parents on the school board. And then we also have Ms. Joanna Hurtado. Ms. Joanna Hurtado. We have a parent who was a former member on our school board, just finished her term at the end of last year in June. We have Ms. Brown right here. If you look forward, so just so that you know, at the end of each school year, depending on whether or not their terms run out, because they have 2-year terms, we have to find other parent leaders to be on our board. So I will be counting on some of you to run for these positions, because you do have to get elected by the parents, okay, also. So it's an official election, nomination and election, that your parents do vote you in. And the board helps me as executive director make decisions on budget and on any other items that, have to do with safety of the school. So just so that you all know that, all right? So a lot of information for you parents, but we are here to answer questions. Right now, I'm going to introduce our coordinator for our after-school programs, our Falcons Accelerate, Mr. Roel Mislan.
Buenos dias, good morning, everybody. Again, my name is Roel. Los que entienden, practicar mi español. I don't even talk in English right now. We got a translator, it's just San Diego. So if you don't know, what Falcons Accelerate is, it's our after-school and intersection program, and just like Mr. Villareal mentioned, we are here to service you. So we are listening to all the suggestions that you have. This year, we've opened up a whole bunch of new kinder-focused clubs for you all, but we're also continuing to expand all of the different programs. But today, I wanted to talk a little bit about what we did this past summer. So this past summer, we had our summer intersection where we serviced 190 students that were enrolled. They got to do a whole bunch of different activities from nutrition, health, sports, esports. There were a bunch of different things that they got to do, engineering with our CTE teachers. So we encourage you to please check out the program. If you're interested, there is a QR code in the top right corner. You can go ahead and enroll and register for any of the programs we currently have. But this will also be the same place that you'll be able to register for fall intercession, the YMCA, which is our community partners who helps us with our full day program. So if you are in need of that, they are on the wait list, and we are trying to cycle through right now, but currently they are equipped to service about 250 students, and we have a wait list of about 100 students on there. So we're trying as much as possible to make sure that we're meeting the needs of the community. We also ran the Falcons in Flight program, which is targeted towards our youngest Falcons. And so with that, we had our brand new principal, Ms. Sheppy, organize that, and they got a chance to experienced Feaster before all 1,100 students came to campus. So we're always running different things for you all. We will be looking for your input as well, for future clubs or for ideas or suggestions. We've also worked in the past with some parents as well to bring your community expertise into our program. So we've ran the Ballet Azteca before, which was an opportunity for one of our parents to teach about the indigenous cultures in Mexico. And so we're always looking for things new with, and we're looking forward to continuing this partnership with you. If you have any questions, I do want to point out, especially if you need to enroll in any of the programs, I brought two of our site specialists today. Bryce and Brianna, can you raise your hands? Yeah, we have dedicated staff to make sure that you are all squared away and enrolled, but again, you can always come to me if you have any questions, suggestions, feedback, I'm here also. Thank you.
And we're gonna bring back Mrs. Haro, to talk about our Teacher Summer Learning Institute and the opportunities that that's gonna bring to your parents.
Okay, so over the summer, when your children, if your children participate in Falcons Accelerate programs, the teachers were also here learning extra time outside the contract hours. And they attended the Teacher Summer Learning Institute, which was a 2-day workshop series, focused on student, family, and community engagement. You are here because we want you here, because you see value in being here. We've worked many years to make sure that this experience for you is valuable. And so one of the ways that we do that is by continuing to educate our teachers on how to best connect to our community. Feaster doesn't exist in an island. Feaster exists within the Feaster neighborhood, within Chula Vista, within all these areas and all this history and all this culture. And so one of the things that we want to do this year, focus on, is to take the staff that work within Feaster, but don't live in the community, out into the community. One of the activities, you can see the activities here, but we did a community walk, so our teachers got to experience different things that people who live in this neighborhood, such as yourselves, may experience. They went to the library, they went to the farmers market, they went to the trolley station, they went to the nearest park. They walked to McDonald's, they went to the adult school, they did all the things that you may have done and experienced, just so that they can know what it is to be like in this neighborhood. They all loved it, it was great. And then on day 2, we did more of the practical stuff. What can they do in their classrooms to change the culture, to make sure that they communicate better with you all, and to be there for you when you need it and how you need it. So then we're gonna go into the parent-teacher home visits. One of the things that we're starting this year is going to be home visits. What is that? Yes, that means that teachers may be coming into your homes potentially. If you want to, it's all voluntary. And our goal this year is that every classroom teacher goes to at least 3 home visits during the school year. So what we want to do is to positively impact student outcomes by allowing our educators to build trust with the families, you guys, through the evidence-based practice of relational home visits. One of the things that we know is that sometimes coming to school and asking questions is intimidating. One of the things, and when you come here, a lot of the times you're just receiving information, just like I'm doing now, I'm giving it to you. There's not a lot of opportunities for us to just sit there listening to you. And your family is important, and your kids is important, so we want to start listening more in a space and an environment where you're already comfortable. Most of us are comfortable, so that is why we're doing home visits. So what we're hoping for is that we will get stronger relationships between our teachers, specifically, but any Feaster staff and families, to better our communication methods, to make sure that we are listening to you in a way that you want to be listened to, improve our student attendance, increase our positive school climate through improved sense of belonging, increase the cultural competence of our staff, increase our family engagement, continue to participate, and you guys are our voices to bring more people into our campus so that they can also advocate for the children, and positive gains in academic learning and test scores. These are not all hopes and dreams of mine. These are things that have been shown to actually happen when people or schools do home visits. So what should you expect? Well, the first thing you might expect is a phone call. They're gonna come and like, hey, can I come to your house? Not like that. They're gonna be very nice. And then you're gonna say yes or no. No, not right now, you know, it's not a good time in our family, I'm not interested yet. We hope that you say yes. But you can say yes, and you'll set up the time, and it's a whole process, but you'll be able to say yes. Also, the third option is to be like, you know what, my home, I take care of my mom, I take care of my abuelita, whatever it is, my home is not really set up for visits. Can we meet at the park? Can I meet you at the subway? Can I meet you at the Starbucks? And just outside of the school, that's also the third option. So those are all things that you, can choose to do. When they go to your house, it's not an interview. Tell me everything about your child. It's not gonna be like that. It's really listening. What's important to you about your child? What do you hope for your child? Where are we going to get to? How can we help you get your student to achieve what they want to achieve, but also what you hope that they achieve? And then after the home visit, it'll be to connect with us. Missy Rasul is back there. She's our family engagement specialist. She is my right hand woman, but she's a person that you probably see most when you connect with us. She's always there. So you'll connect with her or I informally, just for like, hey, you know what, that home visit went great. That was so exciting. Or I need to talk to you about some stuff so that we can better ourselves in our home visits. You may continue the conversation with your teacher. So when you're at the home visit and the teacher's there, they'll ask you, how do you best communicate? Do you prefer the email? Is Dojo okay? Is it text? Maybe it's possible or not, depending on the situation. And then to deepen the relationship with your family, the teacher may also follow up after the visit. Because part of the home visit will be some next steps. Okay, what are we gonna do now? You know, if they struggle in the morning, how are we gonna help them? And you'll come up with a game plan to be able to support your child. The home visits seem intimidating, but I think it's gonna go really well. We have such an incredible families and parents already that are so invested, we have deep relationships with, that it's time for us to go visit him. So, if you receive the call, we hope you say yes. And if you're not ready, that's okay. We still love you. That's coming up, and I think that's all I had. That was all I had, except for, just give me 1 second. One thing that we're also starting this year, and if you were here at orientation, you heard about it, is the Parent Advisory Council. I didn't on here because, we're gonna talk about it today, actually, in editing right after this, to make sure that we're all good to go and approve. But the Parent Advisory Council, we're gonna be looking for one parent from each classroom to represent and be the voice for that classroom. And so what that's going to look like is you become the contact person for all the parents there. If you wanna share their phone number and create a WhatsApp group, you're gonna do that, and people will be like, hey, we should, remember the FCC, remember Spirit, we did it. That'll be communicating with your parents, but also because you're the parent in that classroom, you'll get to meet with us once every 2 months and advocate for your children. We're gonna show you some data, we're gonna tell you what's going on in our school, and we're gonna dedicate that time to brainstorm and have, some time to talk about some solutions. If you went through our parent leadership program last year, you will know that it's gonna be something similar to that. So if you're interested in being a parent rep for your classroom, don't ask your teachers yet, because they have no idea yet. But just keep that in mind, because as soon as we send that out, we expect your name to be nominated. So please make sure that there's someone to represent your classroom and not you, it's somebody else. Perfect, thank you. What is this?
Thank you, Ms. Haro. To finalize what Ms. Haro was talking about here, this work that we did with our staff over the summer to continue to develop their capacity to work with you as families, because we're listening to you all from last year, the year before. The concerns, lack of communication from the classroom to the home, lack of communication potentially from the school to the home, right? So we're listening, we want our teachers to just really understand who they are teaching. You can't just teach a body that comes into your class if you don't know who they are, how they learn, what they respond to, what they like, don't like. We're human. We're not just students, or they're not just students, and we're not just teachers here, we're human. We have to build relationships, to build trust, to have confidence in one another, to build safety as well, to be able to learn. So this next level of, that's been done in the past years ago, this has been done in many other districts, many schools, but the home business. It's just another way to connect with you all. Don't see it as an intimidation or intimidating, initiative. It can be intimidating to open up your home, to, have, your son or daughter's teacher or someone from the school, see where you live, but we need to know how to best support you. Because it's not just about teaching your kids how to read, write, and do math, learn about social studies, but it's about learning how to be a good person, learning character, learning how to, socially, emotionally regulate. And that's a lot of the work that we do that we struggle with. This is where our students are really challenged. They are all smart. They are all capable. This is why I do what I do, because I believe that every kid, just like myself, can have the opportunity to, learn and experience and have success. But if they're not in the right emotional state, they're thinking about something else. Being hungry. They may not have the, the right uniform. They may have gotten into a fight with, a sibling at home or an argument with a parent, and they're coming, upset, and we don't know why. Sometimes we just want to say, just come in and just do your work. But it's not that easy. They're kids also. They're only sometimes 4 years old. The littlest ones are 4 years old. They can't rationalize what we expect of them. So the more that we know of them, the more that we know of you, the more that we know of what your dreams are for your kids, the better prepared that we can be. Okay, because if we don't have this relationship, this communication, then we're just gonna do what we continue to do, and that's just teach your kids and hope that, the teaching sticks. It does, but, it doesn't reach the level that we want of really understanding why they're learning, what they are learning, what is the purpose. And so that you can also see what we're teaching, how we're teaching. Because sometimes, this is an old adage, younger generation, older generation, like you have parents that went to school, 20 years ago, and I was taught this way, and this is the way that I know it, and now we're teaching a different, way of processing and learning content, and it's a battle in at home, right? So we want to also break that cycle. We want to also not have this, your kids coming home and, well, this is my version of what happened today at school, and then you get another version, if something was to happen from the school, and they're thinking, okay, well, who do I believe? Right, but if we have this homeschool partnership where, the student knows, or your child knows, hey, you know what, whatever happens here, we're in partnership with your parents, so they're gonna know. So, you can't pull the wool over their eyes, I believe you all, right? So that's important also, because sometimes kids know that, hey, we're trying to support them in decisions that they're making here, but they know that when they get home, it's gonna be a different type of support system, potentially in conflict with what we're trying to teach, right? So important that we, really allow for us to build these relationships, because otherwise the teaching becomes a challenge, okay? And of course, we also want to build community. It was really amazing to, to have you all, speaking about the questions, the skills activity. You can probably continue to speak for another 15-20 minutes, but we have to cut it short, right? So these are opportunities to build these networks with you also. We appreciate you being here. Part of being here also is an opportunity for you, and we're gonna have a little bit more time right now. Before we do a raffle, because we always do a raffle, they did mention that at the beginning, but you all got a blue ticket. And also just that, if you bring a person that wasn't here today to our next meeting, you get an extra ticket, you get 2 tickets. You get a second chance of winning one of these prizes here that are provided by our PTO. So we'll do this before we end. But right now, what I want to do is I want to open it up to any questions, comments that any of you may have at this time. Confidence, I may have a response for you right now. I may not have the response right now, but we will take notes, and then we will provide responses if there's any for a response. And I see I have right here, and I know Jennifer here. So when you, if you do ask a question, if you can just please state your name, because I also like to get to know you by name as well. So Jennifer, your question?
My question is, how the teachers are gonna go to the parents' house. Is there a way that the parents could come to the school or to the classes? Like, how you're gonna choose 3 parents?
Yeah.
and the teachers, like, you know, if the parents want to come to the class, see the opportunity to see what the kids are doing, how they teach them, so when they go home, because
So let me just share with you. Potentially, yes, if the option is, you know, parents says really, my home is not.
so like.
But let me get to that, yes, but yes, exciting because one of the things I wanna be able to do with Coffee and Community and is have you all, like, during this time, come to the classrooms, walk with us. You know, there's 1, 2, 3, 6, you know, staff members, we can have 5 of each of you come with us, and we're gonna give you a tour of the school, the classrooms, maybe 2 or 3 or 4 classrooms if we have time. You can also see the teaching, you can see how we're working with your children, you can see how, you know, when there is a challenge, you know, how the teacher responds, you know, how the teacher's supporting, you know, the students that are English language learners and so on. But yes, that's an opportunity that I do wanna provide this year. Yes. Yeah, and another, you know, so actually walking in the classrooms to see live teaching, you know, that's what I want to be able to do at one of our Coffee with Communities. We're presenting you with videos of students learning in the classroom also up here. That's also an opportunity. So thank you for asking that question. That's one of the goals this year.
Okay, my question,
If your name please.
oh, my name is Kay. Excuse me.
Okay.
So my question is for the drop off, procedures in the morning for the kindergartners. Is there a way where, because it's been inconsistent when we drop the kids off, there's not always someone to walk them to class. So is there a way we can have the kids just line up in the mornings like they have been, and the teachers can come get them and bring them to the classroom all together?
And thank you for that, and we're taking note of that. I'm not gonna have a right response right now, but we are looking for solutions, and this is, you know, parents also have, you know, solutions to some of the concerns that we have. But let me run that by Ms. Shelby, you know, so that I can have her also involved in the conversation. If need be, we can communicate with UK to address this concern, because this coming Monday, we're just gonna, you know, and just to let you know also, okay? And I know that these are your pride and joy, these are your treasures, these are your kids, these are your kids. I have kids, but they're a little older, 19 and 24, you know, they're on their own. But these are your little kids, and we know that you worry about them, okay? But I want to share something with you all. All of us here, our first priority is always the safety of your kids. First and foremost, that is my first priority. Before anything, is safety. So one of the things that we also understand about, you know, let's say, you know, children, who I also remind our staff, they're also human beings. They also have a heart and a mind, they're smart. We want to also, you know, build independence in them, but we will provide a support system, for you. And I thank you for that suggestion so that we can determine how we could, you know, formalize something like that. Thank you, Kate. Any other questions, any other concerns about anything right now, any that you may have? You may not have a question right now. I also want to share with you also, okay? If you ever have a question, we're busy. Please understand that. We are busy because we're running a school of 1,100 kids, and, you know, we are the largest school in Chula Vista, by the way, okay, for elementary, K-8. So our administrators sometimes may be busy. They may be in a classroom, you know, observing, teaching. They may be supporting or running a meeting. They may be supporting the student. If you happen to come to school and you have a concern, a question, you want to speak to an administrator, they may not be available on the spot. Our office staff can support you with that in setting up an appointment, okay? We have a system where, you know, please don't take it as an insensitive system because we want to be as efficient as possible. They will provide you with a little sheet of paper with a QR code that very easily you can just scan with your phone or any device. And if you don't have a phone or device, they will take the notes for you and make sure that the principal gets the message. But easily you can scan that QR code to your phone, your name, your child's name, the concern, and whether you like a phone call, you like a meeting in person, or you share your concern right there so that it can be addressed, or you just maybe want to give a kudos or a thank you to your principal, that's also appreciated, okay? But that's the way that we want you to that we would appreciate the communication. Of course, if there's ever an emergency, we will be available. If the Chevy is not available, there's a concern, you know, with kinder through T-K through 4th grade, either Dr. Slayman may come and support, Mr. Mislan, Ms. Haro, myself. Somebody will be available if it's an absolute situation that needs to be addressed on the spot. Yes, ma'am. Sí, una pregunta. En español está bien.
respecto a los clubes,
Sí.
vi que quitaron los atletismos, y que metieron más de juegos. Y por lo regular, con varias mamás que he estado, necesitamos que los niños tengan más actividad física, porque como estuvieron estos meses allí en casa, pues la verdad yo como madre prefiero mil veces que mi hijo esté corriendo, brincando, haciendo ejercicio, a que esté en los videojuegos. Yo la verdad,
So her question was a comment also about our after-school program, and if, she's noticing that maybe we have less physical activity, clubs and sports and more arts and crafts type of activities, and she's just, her comment is, can we have more physical, more activities that require physical activities for kids? Mr. Mislan is hearing, we're always taking feedback, and we're always adjusting our services and our programs, so thank you for that, comment and question. What's your name again? Sorry. Nancy. Thank you, Nancy, for your comment and question. So Mr. Mislan is listening, and we're constantly, shifting the classes that we offer. We'll come to you.
Thank you for your question. And so again, we always welcome the suggestions you have. We're definitely looking at how to bring back that. We do have a pretty robust athletics program for all of our students. So we're opening up first through third soccer. We're always looking at expanding it. Our middle school has always been there. We have cross country. We're opening up volleyball because a lot of our middle school girls have been asking about that as well. And then we do have athletic skills training camps that Coach Luis has done, but that same coach is also doing athletics, so we kind of have to balance it per quarter with what we have available. But again, we are always looking, and I did talk to Coach Luis about opening up athletics, especially for our littles, to help them develop so that they can do the athletics. So that is coming. We do have that.
Thank you, and just to also share that sometimes we do have challenges in finding enough coaches or support staff to run some of the programs. So, if some of you parents have some sort of skills and we can get you processed to, be employed, through our system, we'd love to have you come after school and run a program, once you get vetted and through the system. We're also looking for, any parent who has a skill, whether it's arts and crafts, whether it's, athletics or sports coaches, we're looking for coaches, we're looking for, volleyball coach, potentially, 2 volleyball coaches, right? Looks like we might have one right here. Okay, so talk to Ms. Mislan right after, okay? So if you ever want something that's not here at Easter, propose it to us. Propose it to us. We may say, we can't right now. There's a parent and she's not here right now, and she did ask about us starting a baseball team. But challenge is we don't have a baseball field. And honestly, baseball is kind of a liability with the bat and the ball for elementary. So it's a challenge for us sometimes with liability. But we don't have a field for baseball. Period. So sometimes we can't offer something because it's challenging. We also may potentially not have a coach, right? So if we have a coach, we may start a program, but it may not be, on a regulation type, field because we don't have a baseball diamond here on at Eastern Charter School. But we can definitely entertain that option, just like a, volleyball option. We don't have an indoor volleyball, facility. If we wanted to compete with the intramural volleyball teams at other schools, we're gonna be at a slight disadvantage because some of those schools do have indoor facilities. They practice indoors, so when we go and play, at the volleyball games, it's all gonna be indoors, but our kids would have been practicing outside. And sometimes, the challenge of finding a facility, it's cost prohibitive, it's too expensive to rent a facility for just one sport, so, but there are a bunch of ideas that we can always explore, so thank you for asking. We had a question in the back. Una pregunta acá atrás en español, inglés.
my name is Jeanette. I was wondering, you were told that next Monday, we have to drop off TK on the side. Are the kids gonna have a teacher to guide them to their students?
So this is the question that Ms. K asked over here also, so we're gonna address this with Ms. Sheppy. So technically, we're gonna open up drop off for it at all zones, correct, Ms. Heather?
So our plan for right now is again, this is something that is still being communicated out, is that all students are going to walk onto campus from all steps. What you choose as a parent is your decision. From there, we will have staff members right across campus in order to support any students. The whole purpose of this is to really start to get your students be a little bit more independent as they're walking on campus within a supervised environment.
But I will follow up with Ms. Shipley on the comment and your concern also to see how we can provide a system for those students that still are gonna need a support system for maybe a couple of days or maybe a week or two. But we will address that. Thank you for asking that. Okay, Jeanette, right? Thank you, Jeanette. Any other questions that you all have? I appreciate it. Let me just be honest with you all. This morning I came into this meeting and even though I've been an administrator for over like 20 years, I still get nervous because I want to do a good job. So if I don't get the questions, the comments, the concerns, I can't help you. And, it makes it challenging when something comes up and, we're reacting, we're not, responding, proactively. So don't feel that any question may be too tough here. It's our job to listen to you all. As tough as it's gonna be. So, but I'm gonna be honest with you, I do care about my job. And I care about, providing good customer satisfaction for you all. Okay, so at any point in time, just know that we are available for you. And just as you see, we have a lot of support staff here at this school. So those of you that have not been at other schools, you may not understand the type of system that we have, the support system here that we do have, because you won't find this at many schools. And I can tell you that because I've been at many schools. This is my, seventh school as a teacher and administrator, and it's a lot of hard work, being at this school because of all the programs and staff that we have, but they're all here to support and service you. Pregunta, en English or Spanish?
Sí, buenos días, mi nombre es Cintia, tengo un niño en tercero. Mi pregunta o mi comentario sería, tanto para usted como para los maestros, mi niño es nuevo en esta escuela, no habla nada en inglés, todos los días a la escuela, porque no tiene amiguitos, que español, que me parte el corazón, como mamá. Ya, dígame muy rápido, pero igual. No sé, un comentario de los viernes. Puede ser un switch, los niños con los niños, un grupito todo el día juntos, para que mi hijo pueda convivir con otros niños. Eso me gustaría a mí, como mamá nueva, ¿verdad? Porque mi hijo no habla nada de inglés, y se me rompe el corazón tirarlo solito en el recreo, que no tiene nadie con que jugar, o que entre llorando. Y se me parte el corazón. Él sé que mi sugerencia como un día de switch, claro, de revista de Esperanza.
Thank you. Her comment was about her son and, he's an English language speaker, so he's limited English speaking. And, she's just concerned because he comes to school anxious, maybe upset because he's still making friends and because he doesn't speak, English well enough, maybe he's not making friends as fast enough, right? So her comment was how can we make it provide a support system for her son as well as for other kids? And this is why we want to get to know families. This is why we need to get to know families. And I appreciate that she shared this with us. Gracias por compartir. Y gracias por su compasión. Y pues, por eso, this is again why we want to get to know you all, because we do have a lot of new kids and we're getting to know them. So, we have Ms. Karena Haro here, we have Ms. Irasu, and Ms. Liz, who's also here, who's also one of our supports, who works with, what we call RPSS, Restorative Justice Practices, which work with some students just like hers. So we will make a note, and we'll make sure that we address your concern, Ms. Cynthia. Gracias, okay? Thank you. Thank you. Again, if you don't know, I know, and I know she wanted to speak to me after the meeting too, and I'm still available, okay? Todavía estoy disponible, después la junta se necesita hablar un poquito más, okay? But this is where we want to know, because her anxiety, her concern could be one of your concerns that you may not be asking because you don't feel like you can ask it. But I thank you for asking that and thank you for being vulnerable. Okay? Gracias. Vamos a empezar ahorita si no hay otras preguntas. Con la rifa. We're gonna start with the raffle right now. Maybe that's what you're all waiting for. I'm just joking on that one. We appreciate you being here, staying with us, for the length of the meeting. And we're now gonna do the raffle. Sí, una pregunta última.
Yo nada más les quería decir a los papás que están así como ella desesperada, que no se desesperen. Yo pasé el proceso que con mi nieto los trajo, ahorita en el 9, y pasamos el mismo proceso. Él llegó aquí el primer día y le decía a los niños, no me den todos al mismo tiempo porque me voy a volver loco porque no entendía nada de español, nada de inglés. Entonces ahí entramos nosotros los papás o los abuelos en echarle porras, tú vas a poder, tú vas a poder. Ellos, muchos niños no saben y también aprendieron y pasaron el mismo que tú. Y tú vas a poder, entonces ayudarles un poco a que convivan con otros niños de inglés, para que así se vayan soltando un poco, que no les dé pena, porque les da pena de que se rían de ellos porque no saben qué idioma. Pero ahí entramos nosotros y a tratar de juntarlos por niños que hablan inglés. Rosario.
Rosa de Alba, mire, conozca aquí a la señora Rosa de Alba, está en la revista de la escuela. Así la conocen. Pero ella es muy amable a Cintia, aquí con ella, ¿ok? Ella le puede ayudar y acá la puede conectar con Azul también para ayudarle, ¿ok? Pero por eso tenemos esa comunidad aquí, ¿ok? Gracias a Rosa por recordar sus comentarios también y apoyar. Thank you. Gracias por ese último comentario. Vamos a empezar con la rifa. I'm going to call the last three numbers. Okay, the last three numbers can come up here and grab one of these prizes. We have about 8 prizes or so. Seven of them. Last three numbers for the first winner. 458. 458. 458. That'll be pressing the winning right all the way back. Next winner is going to be 489. Oh, wait, let me see.
458.
458. 458. The last three numbers. 458. All right, there's the winner. 489. 489. 489. 489. 489. 489. 489. Going once, going twice. Maybe they left. 489, not here. Okay, 478. 478. 478. Right here. We got a winner. All right, next winner, 941, 491, 941, 491, there we go, back to back, thank you. We got a winner in the back, she's coming up. Okay, next winner, we have, let's see, 4 more. We have 498, 498, 498. You got a little practical, gifts that you can use for yourselves, or maybe give them to your children. All right, aquí lo que dejar, Miss Negra. Next winner, 464, 464, 464. 464, 464. 464, is 464 here? 464, no, okay, vamos a seguir con el que sigue, going next, 497, 497. 497, right here, we got a winner, We have one last prize here, we have 4822, 482, we got a little plan. For the heat, 482, 482, oh, perfect for our new lead. And our last gift is going to 484, 484, 484, 484, 484, aquí al frente. And just going to for joining us today, I appreciate it. We had to just really connect right now. Thank you, and we'll see you at our next copy, which is in September, and have a great day today. Thank you. Thank you, staff, for joining today and for supporting. Gracias, Mr. Camilo, por sus traducciones.